Hey guys, Ponce here with some shocking news. Get it? Because it's Kennen. Anyway, it's New Year's. Happy New Year's. I'm awake in the morning and not hungover, so we get a proper video. And B, Kennen's been nerfed. Now, the reason I wanted to talk about this is not necessarily because it's super significant, but I find the whole concept of Kennen being nerfed rather interesting. The actual numbers are above my head here in the usual old school way of things, and me actually, kind of editing. And so you can see up there his damage, base damage has been lowered on the ability, and the AP ratio has gone down. However, they've added, basically, I'm on live so right now, so you can see the difference here. So notice the old version is each time an enemy is struck, further hits deal 25% less damage, minimum of 50%. So basically each subsequent hit starts getting weaker and weaker. The new version of Kennen's ult, at least on the PvE, is that the longer the ult goes and keeps hitting someone, start dealing more and more and more damage. So basically the net effect of this is ultimately the damage ends up, for the most part, dealing roughly the same amount of damage if you go full duration, but the upfront kind of burst of it is just crappier. Now, the reason I find Kennen somewhat, the fact that they're nerfing Kennen somewhat interesting is because he's always been this thing that I've considered a fairly good champion, and he hasn't changed a ton over the years. He just kind of he seems to filter in and out of the game, and he just seems to have these very brief periods of popularity where people just remember, oh yeah, Kennen, he's good, and then there might be some balance changes. So I don't know. He just kind of really reminds me of a lot of the time what champions are popular. Really kind of reminds me of fashion. Doesn't necessarily make sense. There's no logical reason behind it. It's fashion for the sake of fashion. Like, oh, you play this character, so you play this character for the sake of he's being played. Now, at the absolute top level where this often filters down from, for example, there might be an actual reason, like maybe in the LCS or whatever. Pure hypothetical example, like I don't know, Ilau is being used a ton in the LCS or something, so Kennen does well versus her. Oh, and Janna isn't being used very much as a support, so the higher tiers of play, it kind of makes sense. That kind of thing, and then just people see this and it's like, oh yeah, Kennen, he's not bad, and then people remember this, there's this, I don't know, what champion is good amnesia sort of thing, where people don't consider this a lot of the time. Because as I was saying, I've always considered Kennen very good. I remember he was at kind of his height way. This is another reason I'm kind of picking this topic as a video. Is way back in season 2, Kennen was super popular. It was a super good pick. And so I don't know, maybe we're harkening back to happier days or something here, but anyway, yeah, Kennen, I've been seeing a lot more of him. I'm not 100% certain the reason why. Again, I don't pay much attention to the highest tier of play or very popular streamers, which is where a lot of this stuff comes from. So I'm sure some of you guys are aware why exactly he's being picked. Aside from the fact that, again, I think he's a good champion. He's got mobility, he's got good poke, he's got good burst, he's got CC. He's got a lot of interesting things or very useful things in his kit, and he's very hard to shut down. Especially because, again, that range. So he just kind of pokes things from way back. He can poke through minion waves, although that's more risky because that's a bit more of a short range option. But if Kennen wants it, he just hangs way back and Q farms. A bit of a worst case scenario sort of thing, and it's very difficult to shut down in that entirely. But yeah, anyway, Kennen nerfs, as you can see above my head there on the PvE. I don't know when the next PvE patch is, incidentally. I imagine it might be on the 3rd-ish, probably. I think. Wait, what's the date today? Today's the 1st, obviously. The 3rd is the Tuesday. So I'm wondering if we might get an early January patch. It's been a really long time since the PvE update. So anyway, I'm gonna have to go stream like I usually am. I'm gonna actually keep to the schedule here on first day of 2007. So thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you around and discuss things further on twitch.tv/bots. I'll see you around. Bye.